Hey everybody, how we doing? Coach Pat here for episode number 2. All right, and I just want to give a shout out to all my friends out there, everybody that viewed my first episode. We had 96 views. We'll take that. That's good stuff. All my boys down in Coastal Carolina with my son Nick, boys out in Philly with my son Patty's friends, all right, and all my boys back in my hometown of Cresskill. Okay, and I just want you all to know, I appreciate all the feedback you gave me to try to make this show as successful as we can. Okay? As you can tell, I've changed some things up, I've improved some things, and I appreciate the feedback. Keep it coming. All right? All right, so last week we talked about, being supportive in youth sports, all right? And we're going to touch on that. Oh, wait, first I forgot. I got my Pink Pony Club shirt on. All right, this is in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October. All right, this is my favorite song, and it's got the pink and everything. It's all good stuff. Shout out to my friend Gracie out there, who's also a big fan of, especially when I sing the song. Okay, and all respect for all those women, everybody, men and women, that are battling breast cancer and the fight they have and the struggles that they're going through. We are with you. We say our prayers. We support you, okay? And a big shout out to all our survivors out there and all those battling that fight. Keep fighting the good fight, okay? We'll fight it with you. All right, so let's talk about continued interest. We talked about kids being involved in multiple sports. Oh, that is so important. It is so important. And I touched on that last time. With the pro athletes would say to me all the time, they'd say to the youth at the Giants youth football camps about play multiple sports. Don't just, single out one sport and think that's the sport you're going to make it in. Remember, less than 1% of the population is out there and participating as a professional athlete, all right? Be professional in something, okay? Have the goal of being a professional athlete, but understand that that's not always going to happen, but you keep doing everything you have to do, because the life lessons you'll learn along the way will help you be professional at whatever you choose to be, all right? And just win every day, all right? That's the one thing sports has done. It teaches you how to win every day, all right? And I'm not just talking about on the scoreboard. I'm just talking about in life in general. Win every day, all right? And be happy and be kind, all right? Today I'd like to touch on, maybe more along the support, and who gives more support than the moms out there, all right? There's a reason why those athletes, they thank God, they thank mom, one and one, they're right there with each other, because the moms are the best at giving the most unbiased and what am I looking for? Unbiased support and non-discriminatory, whether they love sports or don't like sports, the fact that their children are participating in it, or in my case, I coach and stuff, and I've had the support of my wife, who, Nick Saban, also happens to be a Miss Terry. So here we go, Pat McAfee, Nick Saban, we can do this. I got a Miss Terry too in my life, all right? And moms, and my own mom, the support that moms give is unconditional. It's the kind of support that all parents need to give to their children when in any activity they're doing, playing sports, and so forth, all right? Win or lose, the mom is there to hug them and kiss them and tell them they did a great job. And that's important, all right? So big shout out to the moms out there, because that's how we should all look on sports, and especially at the youth level, all right? And, that leads me to, the next thing, besides sports, I'm a sports guy 24/7. And fortunately or unfortunately, my kids have developed my love for sports, and they're into it as well 24/7, all right? I guess the only thing that I wish maybe I had done more as a young man, and maybe pushed my kids to do more, is get involved in other things. It doesn't have to be just all sports. That same passion and drive that you have for sports, you can take that into playing an instrument, into dancing or singing, all right? Or arts, all right? The fine arts, everything like that, And parents, if your child chooses to go that direction instead of an athletic direction, that's great. That's awesome. support them the same way you would when they're playing on the athletic fields and the athletic arenas. I work at a arts academy in Jefferson, Elizabeth High School. I'm a special education teacher. And, those kids that are in the drama club and the theater and the dance and the graphic design, they have the same passion and drive of any athletes that I've come across or coached in my lifetime. All right? And that's a wonderful thing. I went to Springfield College. Triangle, body, mind, and spirit. Be well-rounded. Be a well-rounded person. Get involved. Parents, be supportive. Guardians, be supportive. Coaches, be supportive. It's not all about winning and losing, all right? You can teach them to be winners, all right, without winning all the time on the scoreboard, all right? Teach them how to be winners in life, how to win every day when they face challenges in their own personal life, all right, in their own profession, in their jobs, and so forth. That, I believe, sports is wonderful to help those skills. I know people always talk about life skills. Those are some of the life skills that I'm talking about. Working together as a team to accomplish one common goal. No matter what you do in life, you're going to have to do that at some point. Whether it be your job, whether it be, with your family, making decisions and so forth. And that's why we love sports. Right? But that's not to say that those other areas, that drama, music, play, that they don't teach, they teach those same values and those same life skills. All right? So let's keep that in mind. All right? And again, I appreciate all the support and all the viewers. We had 96 viewers. I hope we get 96 more. Keep tapping, keep liking it, keep doing whatever you got to do on that YouTube. Down the bottom, subscribe. Everything you got to do there. All right? And just be happy, be kind, and always do the right thing. All right? This is Coach Pat signing off. Episode 2 is now over. Everybody have a great day. Go G-Men.